Hey everybody, welcome to the X Report. I'm Raven X, and joining me for this very special segment, aka Money in the Bank predictions, I am joined by my embryo, and who I have to give a very special happy belated anniversary of your supposed to be birthday. How you doing? Hey.
Thank you, first of all. Thank you. Happy to be back. And, it was my birthday. Good old 28. I'm getting old, ain't it?
First off, you're a liar. Secondly, I hate to be the
I'm
bearer
a liar
of bad
about what?
You're not 28.
I am 28.
You're definitely not 28.
How am I definitely not 28 when I just told you I'm 28? Come on.
Because you are a liar.
I'm not a liar.
You're negative 25 years. You spent 25 years as of yesterday in the womb.
You tripping.
No, I'm not.
You tripping already. Haven't even been on the thing, what you call it, thing.
Wow, you don't even know. Wow, no
podcast.
Respect.
That's what I meant to say, podcast.
It don't even matter. It's just very disrespectful. But like I said, we're talking Money in the Bank predictions because I am a benevolent and honest co-host of the podcast. I have to give credit where credit is due. Last podcast, or at least last pay-per-view, Embryo ended my win streak. Night of Champions, he came out victorious. So congratulations to him.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah, it's about to be I'm about to do this defense. I'm about to be 2-0. Well, not 2-0, but my defense, I'll be 2-0.
Yeah, that's not happening. But I hope you enjoyed the win. So without further ado,
it's happening. It's happening.
But let's go ahead and kick things off with the Women's Tag Team Championship match. We have Ratface Rousey and Shayna Baszler defending the undisputed women's tag titles against Raquel Rodriguez and the returning Liv Morgan. Embryo, who you got?
You might well just get used to saying Ratface Rousey because it's going to be Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. This is who I have winning. I feel like it's going to be a great tag team match if they give them time.
You said it was going to be a great tag team match?
Well, good. Let me drop it down. You're right. Good. It's going to be a good match. You're right. Thank you for calling me out on that. Thank you so much. I really mean that. It's going to be a good match if they have time. Honestly, I doubt they're going to get time, honestly. But if they get time, I feel like they'll be able to do something. I like my girl Liv. But I got Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. I don't see them dropping anytime soon. Definitely since they just merge the NXT and women's tag team. I think they merged them. So I think if they're going to try to push this tag team division, I think they're going to keep Ronda and Shayna Baszler. So that's my pick.
Unfortunately, I agree with you completely. If not for any other reason than what you just said, I mean, they just won the title. And low-key, I'm kind of disappointed because have you been watching Raw lately?
I have not been watching Raw. I haven't had a chance.
Okay. Storyline short, last Monday, Raquel Rodriguez, before her match with, I don't remember who her match was with, who cares? She had like a moment, Trish Stratus. She had a moment with Rhea Ripley where it low-key looked like she was going to be like the next contender. So I was like, okay, I'm cool with that because I'm kind of sick of them making it seem like Natalia's a legit contender. And fast forward a few days, Liv Morgan comes back, and it's like, well, dang, I'd rather see Raquel be solo right now and face off against Rhea because I know they can have good matches based on what they were able to do in NXT. So, kind of disappointed, but I agree with you. I got Ratface and Shayna as well.
To make me feel better with that real quick, I feel like they're going to lose. She might turn on Liv, or something might happen where I think after they lose, they're going to push towards them because Rhea needs a great feud right now.
I agree 100%. And like we've talked about this, like I get her being with Dom because I don't think Dominic's like, he's not strong enough to be on his own right now. I get that.
Yeah.
But I do feel like we're kind of neglecting the women's championship, and I don't like that at all.
I agree 100%. I agree with you.
Okay, look at, oh my gosh, you're agreeing with me? Ooh. What is the word?
It's not gonna last long.
I know. But I just mentioned his name, and he has a match against Cody Rhodes at Money in the Bank, and that is Dominic Mysterio. Who you got, Embryo?
This is where I win the pay-per-view, y'all. I have Dominic Mysterio winning only because I feel like Brock has been quiet, and Brock is gonna show up and cost Cody Rhodes that match. I feel like Cody's going to have that match in the bag. I'm not saying Dominic is going to win fairly or nothing like that. I feel like, does Rhea have a match on that card? Yeah, she might go against Natalya.
No, she
Then
not. That's gonna be next week on Raw.
Okay, so you already know Rhea is gonna be all on the side, outside the ring. But I feel like Brock is gonna come back and screw Cody Rhodes, and Dominic is gonna get a pin on him and win the match.
I like your thinking. Look at you, kind of thinking like me. But I don't think it's gonna happen during the match. I think it's gonna happen afterwards.
Okay, and you know what? That's very possible. I could definitely see what you just said happening. I just know Brock wants to be an a-hole.
Oh, and for sure. Feel like, he's gonna spoil. He will come
back just because he'll think it's funny. I feel like he'll come in, cause him the match, and then probably F5 both of them. You know what I mean? But I really feel yours can definitely happen. Yours probably is the highest possibility, honestly. But
Sign me up for that if I can get a stare down between Brock Lesnar and Rhea Ripley. Sign me up for that.
I don't think they're gonna allow her to do that.
Oh, well then I don't want it then.
Maybe.
Because
unless he F5s Dominic.
Yeah, like mommy's not gonna let Dom just get F5 like that and not say nothing about it.
You're right. Hey, look, I hope it happens. I hope that happens.
But yeah, like this match seems like a runaway Cody Rhodes win. So I totally understand your logic behind it. I mean, obviously we're gonna get Brock Lesnar back at some point. I just think that does it really benefit to have Cody Rhodes lose 2 pay-per-views in a row?
No.
Even if it's not like clean losses, you know what I'm saying?
You just gotta think about this. Like, it's very unexpected.
No, it's not.
And then also, I feel like they all know Dominic is Dominic is like the biggest heel. You can say Roman, but like as a booze and all that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Dom. Dom has the most heat against him for sure.
And if you want him to have even more heat, he beats Cody Rhodes. Like, imagine him beating Cody Rhodes. Just imagine the next day on Raw. Well, the day after Sunday on Monday. Like, he's just gonna be talking crap, and it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, but I like where you're going with that. I just think I can see it happening after Cody gets the win.
Hey, look, I say yours has the highest possibility of happening. So
I mean, that would mean nothing. That's what makes wrestling fun. We don't really know anything. It keeps us on our toes.
Yep.
Well, that's a lie. I know this. Next up, we have the Intercontinental Championship match. We have Gunther defending his title against Matt Riddle, and I know Gunther is going to win.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's going to be a good match. But Gunther's going to win. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind he's going to win. I don't think it's going to be a squash match. I don't think it's going to be better. But if they give him time, hey, it could be a banger if they give him time. But yeah, Gunther. I'm with you, Gunther.
Because Matt Riddle, like, I know we don't really talk much about Matt Riddle, and, like, rightfully so. It's not like Matt Riddle's cool, but I wouldn't necessarily say he's, like, a beloved, like, fan favorite. But when that brother gets time in the ring, he is really, really good. Like, he's put on some really good matches throughout the course of his career. And I think this could be one of them. I mean, Gunther is the man in the ring. We already know this. He's incredibly physical. One of the best in the biz today. And I think as long as him and Matt Riddle get time to work, it could be one of the better singles matches on the card, I feel.
Yep, I agree.
See? Look at us still agreeing. I knew you loved me. Okay, long as I guess you didn't deny it, so I'll take what I can get.
I didn't deny it. I didn't.
No. I'm saying you didn't deny it. Gosh, calm down. Relax. All right. Moving on to the next title match on the card. We have the World Heavyweight Championship match between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Again, I know you said you haven't been watching Raw. You should check the vignette that Finn did yesterday. It was actually really, really good. It's probably on YouTube somewhere because it like definitely provides context as to like why low-key Finn is not really the villain here and how he's justified and how he's been hunting down Seth Rollins. So 10 out of 10 will recommend that. But who do you got winning this match? Because I think we're going to agree again.
How much I would like to see Finn win, I don't think it's going to happen. I feel like it's going to be Seth Rollins. They've been teasing like they're going to do something with Judgment Day with him and Damian. I think Damian
hope they don't.
said, yeah, I hope they don't either. I know Damian said he better win, but I wouldn't be shocked if Seth lost, but I'm choosing Seth to win.
Yeah, I agree. I would love for Finn to win because I love me a heel, and I think that Finn Balor is a fun heel to watch. I love me some Judgment Day, but I just think right now you kind of got to keep the title on Seth, if not for any other reason, but like he's too hot right now, and I think that he's not gonna lose the title anytime soon. But in the meantime, he's gonna put on some banger matches. I mean, his match with Damian Priest last week or the week before on Raw was really good. From what I saw of his match with Braun Breaker was really good. The match he had against AJ Styles, he even win the title, was amazing. I don't think that this is going to be any different at all. All right, probably to the match not named Money in the Bank that has people the most excited, and it is the Bloodline Civil War, where the Usos, Jay and Jimmy, finally turn their back on Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa to go up against their cousin and younger brother in a highly anticipated tag team match. Now, first, before we actually make the predictions, how did you at least see the clips of how Jay turned on the Bloodline?
Oh, yeah, I watched it.
Okay. So, as we all know, I was unable to watch SmackDown, but luckily, like, I was looking at Twitter and stuff, and so when I saw that promo, it was pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whose turn on the Bloodline did you like more? Jimmy's, where he was like, I'm doing what you should have did years ago, or Jay's with the, you guess what? You out, and I'm out too. Which Usos exit did you like more?
I'm going to say Jimmy, only because I always thought Jay was going to be the one that broke from it first. And he always came close, but Jimmy's was better because Jimmy cost him the match.
True.
He kept shoving him in the face, and he cost him possibly the tag team championships. So I like Jimmy's more. Jay, I kind of knew where it was headed, so I saw it coming a little bit. But I still liked what Jay's did as well. But I'm going to choose Jimmy and Night of Champions.
I agree because I just think that one was more dramatic because when he did, like, everybody was kind of expecting, like, you're not going to keep mushing a grown man in the face and expect him not to do nothing about it. So it really just felt like it was kind of a matter of time. And then when he finally did it and just the facial expressions, everybody was just so shook. It was perfectly done. But Embryo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sad. The Bloodline is breaking up.
It had to happen sooner or later.
I'd rather have been later.
Yeah, they've been together for so long.
That's not the point. They family. They're supposed to be together forever.
It's okay. It's gonna be a weird Thanksgiving dinner for them. That's all it is.
Oh, yeah. You just get super kicked in the face multiple times by your cousins, and then you do it to your little brother, and it's just going to be sweet.
Well, hey, look, that little brother shouldn't have turned on them. You the little brother.
Okay, but that's the tribal chief. What you expect me to do?
Yeah, I get your point. But yeah, it's going to be hard for Roman to eat because he been getting super kicked for a little minute now.
He has. And I got another question. This is like a precursor to the big question. Let's say between Jimmy, Jay, and Solo, if one of those three had to beat Roman for the titles, who should it be?
Oh, it should be Jay. Jay, I know most likely, well, I don't know who's taking the title off of him. But I know a lot of people probably say Solo, but no, I think it should be Jay. Jay been there since the beginning. This all started with Jay, and it'd be kind of funny because, like Roman said, hey, you are the next in line. So what if Jay beat him and fulfill what Roman said? Hey, I am the next in line. I am the next tribal chief.
That would be cool. I for storyline purposes, obviously, I would say Jay too. But all right, let me put on my booking hat real quick, and then hopefully this will be the episode that, Triple H pops in on, right? So let's see.
Well, Vince back there. I don't know.
Nah. We talking about. I'm talking to Triple H. I'm talking to Paul. All right. I'm talking to the guy who actually listens to other people's opinions. Listen. So hear me out. Solo wins the title. You feel me? And let's be honest, it's not like Solo's finna start talking a whole bunch, right? So how about not only Solo turns on Roman to win the title, but he takes his wise man with him. And the wise man, Paul Heyman, every week is just hyping up Solo, trashing the former tribal chief, saying Roman ain't nothing, blah, blah, blah. He didn't run nothing. It was Solo who was the real enforcer. He was the real tribal chief. He was the real guy. Boom. You have Roman Reigns come back as a face. People are going to love him.
That's possible. And I feel like regardless of what happens, Paul Heyman is like a, what you call it? He's like a parasite. He just moved to the next person. He dropped Brock, but he already had Roman. Like, he going all the way back, he had CM Punk, and he went back to Brock. Then he stuck with Brock, then went to Roman.
Well,
I can see him going to Solo.
Embryo, only one of them had a job after that. So what am I supposed to do?
I mean, I agree. But no, I'm just saying, before CM Punk like quit or fired, whatever you want to call it, he had turned on CM Punk and went to Brock anyway. So
I wasn't watching wrestling at this time.
So every time he leaves somebody, he has somebody else in his corner ready. And I really think it will be Solo, because regardless of what happens, like you say, Solo is not just about to start talking.
No.
And feel like Paul is gonna go to him. Because Jimmy and Jay don't need him.
Yeah, because I mean, either like we both think, possibly Jay messes around and wins the world championship, which would be very entertaining. But it's like, I think my biggest issue with the Bloodline breaking up, even though of course like I knew it was going to happen eventually, is what now for like the Usos? What now for Roman? What now for Solo? Because I'm sure after this match, the Civil War, there'll be more instances, but what are you going to do once the juice is out of that? You run that feud ragged. You can't really do much else with it. What comes next for those both sides? And I feel like we're kind of starting to see that finally with like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, where they're finally starting to like really dissociate from the Usos and the Bloodline and like do their own thing. And so I'll admit it's kind of been slow going for them. I just don't want it to be the same thing for the Usos when they're getting ready to do their own thing separate from Roman and Solo, if that makes sense.
I feel like personally they need to do a Charlotte Flair and disappear for a while.
Wow, so
they've been going hard for so long. They've been going hard for so long. Once all this is over, disappear for like a couple months, then come back, and then all that huge pop of being back after being on top for so long. Because there's nothing else they can really do right now. After all this is over, there's nothing else they can really do. I know whenever Roman loses, he's going to disappear for a while. So,
for sure.
I think all of them just not besides Solo. All of them should just take a break and disappear. And then imagine when Jimmy and Jay finally come back to the tag team division. You know, just give them a break. They've been going hard for over 3 years now.
Yeah, no, you absolutely got that right. You're absolutely right, and I'm scared to see where it goes, but not scared to see this match because I know it's gonna be a banger. So,
yep, banger.
We gotta go ahead. We gotta put our military uniforms on. We gotta put the hard hats on. We are going into battle. Embryo, whose side are you on this Saturday? The Usos or Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa? Who gets the win?
The Usos all day.
Oh, that's cute.
Yep. You wanna know why?
Yes, please.
I think everybody's gonna be shocked. Well, it wouldn't be that shocking. I feel like they're gonna have a great match. And one, either they're going to win clean to show Roman, hey, it don't matter how great you are, you're not a tag team like us. Or they get ready to lose, and maybe Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens steps them out one more time.
No.
And cause them the match.
I hope
and then
not.
Win.
I'd rather be Solo than Sami and KO just because I'm ready for them like to do their own thing.
Solo's not about to help them right now. They didn't super kick him in the face so many times.
Yeah, but I mean, they could knock some sense into him. Yeah, I hope your second thing doesn't happen, just because then that reignites a feud between Kevin and the Bloodline, well, the remaining Bloodline, and Sammy and KO. But I'm gonna say, I mean, I've been riding with my tribal chief for the past few years. I'm not stopping now.
Yeah.
I got Roman Reigns and Solo. Mainly,
I mean, last time you chose Roman Reigns and Solo, you lost. I'm just saying.
I didn't pick them. I knew Sammy and KO was gonna win.
Oh, you're right. My bad. That's my bad. That's it.
Yeah, everybody and their mama knew that the Usos gonna cost them. Yeah, but I'm going Roman and Solo, and I think mainly, do I think they win clean? Maybe not, but I think it just comes down to Roman ain't gonna take too many more super kicks to the face, and I think that Solo. I'll say this: if they lose, it's gonna be Solo taking the pin. Let's just go ahead and. It's gonna be Solo who lost, not Roman. But which could lead to a whole nother feud, but that's my booking hat. But I'm gonna go Roman and Solo. I just think that while the Usos are like that feel good, yeah, we did it, we overcame, I think that would be too easy to end it. Because at that point, it's like the Usos won. What more is there really to do? They proved that they can beat Roman. What other dramatics could there really be?
I mean, if you want to get to the Solo thing, I feel like they win. Roman gets mad at Solo, then Solo turns on Roman. But
yeah, sure. At this,
they say they're the greatest tag team. Like, they can't just go in and lose.
I mean,
if they lose, like, what? Maybe Paul Heyman costs the Usos somehow.
But I don't think it's any shame losing to Roman and Solo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that knocks them off. I feel like they're the best tag team in the world. I don't feel like losing this match does that, because I feel like it also allows them to, like, extend the feud longer and, like, get creative. More of the story, I could see this extending, like, to War Games, right? But in order for that to happen, in that case, I could maybe see KO and Sammy joining the Usos, and then the Bloodline, Roman and Solo, maybe getting a couple more of their cousins or brothers or whoever else is in that long NOIE family tree, and make it something shake. Hell, they might call Alpha and see what Alpha and Rikishi doing. But
or one last thing to prolong it, Usos win, then after that, maybe they'll just do single matches. Jimmy versus Roman for the belt, or Jay versus Roman for the belt. Like, they beat them in the tag team. Now it's time for us to take the belt off of you. They could prolong it that way.
And then what? Just have them each go one-on-one against Solo too?
Yep. I mean, because you know they're not going to... I don't see Jimmy or Jay taking the belt off of Roman. But that's an easy way to prolong it with two single matches for the championship.
I don't know. I'm still riding with Roman and Solo because I feel like they win and possibly not do it clean. Because to be fair, it has been a couple of pay-per-views since Roman has gotten a win.
Has it?
Yeah, I mean, he
only lost at Night of Champions.
Yeah. And then what? Backlash was... Was he at Backlash? Or was it just the...
I felt like he was at Backlash.
No, he wasn't at Backlash because it was a triple threat. It was a 6-man tag. It was Matt Riddle and Sammy and KO versus the Usos and Solo.
I don't remember.
Okay. Either way. Yeah, in other words, I'm 99.9% sure it's been a couple of pay-per-views since Roman got a dub. And I think that...
Because WrestleMania?
Yeah, I don't think he's won a pay-per-view match since WrestleMania. I'm about to look it up right now because this is why we take notes, people. But I don't think he's won a pay-per-view match since Mania. On that Backlash.
He was, because he was Bad Bunny and Brock.
Yeah, no, he was definitely not at Backlash.
So just Night of Champions.
Yep. And then before that, he hadn't had a match since Mania. So, yeah, it's been a couple.
Sounds like he always loses tag team matches.
Not always.
He lost that. Yeah, remember he lost against John Cena and Kevin Owens.
When the hell was that?
On Friday Night SmackDown.
When was that? 6 years ago? I actually don't remember that match.
No, that was like at the end of last year because John was like he had a match every year for so many years, and he was like, it's almost time for the last match of the year on SmackDown that him and Kevin Owens beat Sami Zayn and Roman.
Oh, I'm not counting that. That match didn't matter. But okay, yeah. So we're on different sides of the coin. I'm going Roman and Solo. You got the Usos. Either way, I'm excited to see how it all shakes out. I think it arguably actually no. Let me not lie. I think the best match on the card is going to be Seth and Finn, but this could be a very close number 2. All right.
I don't know. I feel like this. Well, skill wise, it might be Finn and Seth, but like storyline and hype.
I mean, yeah, storyline wise, there's no storyline in wrestling better than the Bloodline.
Probably ever.
Oh, I highly did. No. There's better storylines, but not.
Like what?
Let's see. I feel like the Shawn Michaels versus Triple H story was better. I feel like. Let's get brain power on this.
Uh-oh. That's that smell I smell?
No, I'm being serious. I think that the Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker feuds leading up to the WrestleMania matches were better. I feel like the Legend Killer gimmick overall story was better than this. This might. Do I think it's better than Vince and Stone Cold? It's close. If it's not better, it's very good. But I think that the storyline. Yeah, I don't think this is the best ever. I think it's one of the best of the past 20 years, hands down. No argument out of me. But I would not say it's the best ever. Now, if you wanted to argue that Roman's gimmick right now was the best ever, I would put more. I'd put more stock in that than this being the best storyline ever. Now, long-term booking, it's one of the best to ever be done. But I don't think I'd say it's the best ever.
Okay.
It's great, though. Please don't ever get twisted. I love what's going on with the Bloodline. I think it's dope. But I'm just... At worst, it's top 5. And it's probably closer to top 3.
That's saying a lot.
You said what?
That's saying a lot.
Yeah, no, if I'm... like, at worst, it's top 5 storylines wrestling has ever done. Top 5 for sure. But I can't say it's the best one I've seen. That's just me.
All right.
You really think it's the best one you've ever seen?
I'll probably just say recently. That's probably why I'm saying that.
Yeah, like in turn, like I said, the past. If I'm saying the past 10 years, hands down, without a doubt, absolutely, it's the best of the past decade.
Okay, I'm probably with that.
But yeah, I can't say like ever. It's been a lot of great wrestling storylines. Not so much going on in the women's division lately, but you know, the Bloodline's making up for it, I guess. Also, you want to hear something wild and crazy?
Let me hear it.
This might be the first pay-per-view in a very, very, very long time that Bianca Belair is not on the card, and it's wild to me.
That girl need a break.
She's not really getting much of a break, though.
She hasn't been wrestling.
But she's still showing up to SmackDown.
Okay, let her show up.
No, that's not a break. Like, when I think of a break, I be thinking about, like, Charlotte. Like, I'm finna be gone for a couple months. I'll holla at you. Because that's what I thought Bianca was going to do after Night of Champions.
14 championships.
You said what?
Charlotte has 14 championships.
Okay, but other wrestlers take breaks all the time. Becky Lynch just took a break for like a month or so.
Yeah, that's true.
You saying Bianca can't take a break? Why black women always got to be working? Why can't we get time to relax?
You sound like you didn't want her to take a break.
Oh, no. I was fine with it. I mean, she deserved it. She was champion for what, 400 some days? I know it was over a year. Longest reigning Raw Women's Championship.
It didn't take her 14 chances to do.
Which was a great promo that I hate. I didn't get to see all of it. But no, I think that it's just weird that this is the first one in a long time. I'm so used to her being around, or at the very least being champion, and so it's weird. But
technically she's gonna. Well, no, you're right. She won't be on the card because Asuka and Charlotte is having a match this Friday.
Which, honestly, we could really just sub out the women's tag championship and put Asuka and Charlotte on the card. Honestly.
Yeah, but what's a bigger draw for SmackDown? The tag teams or Charlotte versus Asuka?
That don't mean nothing, because the match ain't gonna end clean no way, so who cares? Because they already got the men's tag team championship matches.
Well, yeah, you're right.
I know. All right, let's go ahead. But I brought up Bianca Belair and her championship reigns and her not being involved because, I mean, there are some women who have a chance to have their futures and lives absolutely changed by competing in the Money in the Bank match, which is one of my favorite matches that comes about every year. And this year, vying for that opportunity is Io Sky, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Zelina Vega, and Trish Stratus. Now, for those of you who do not know, when it comes to multi-competitor matches like the Royal Rumble, like Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank, etc., we get two picks. We get who we want and who we actually think is going to win. So if we end up getting points for somebody, even though they weren't exactly who we thought was going to win or who we wanted to win, vice versa, it still counts. So, Embryo, of the women in the field this year, who do you want to win and who you think wins?
Well, I want to say I want my side wife, Zelina Vega, to win, but
you are so disrespectful in every language, and I'm sick of it.
So, well, she already married, so she can't be my main wife, so she can be my side wife.
I hope you get a black mask. I hope Aleister Black knocks on your door right now, or Malachi Black, whatever he is calling himself, knocks on your door, you open, and he kicks the hell out of you.
And I'm going to be like, that's why you're not wrestling on the cards. You have people's houses, okay.
What are you talking about? He's been doing stuff with AEW.
Well, I haven't heard of him doing nothing at AEW.
Wow. But, hey, that's you being uninformed.
Okay. But yeah, my side wife, Zelina Vega, I would love to see her win. I really would. But my pick is
no, you get two picks. You get who you want and who you think.
I just said it.
Okay.
And my pick is Io Sky.
Go all in.
No, those my two.
You didn't say two. You just said Zelina.
Because you kept talking over me.
Negro, go.
This is exactly what I said before you started talking over me. Well, as you started to talk over me, I said I really want Zelina Vega to win. That's who I really want to win. So that's one of my picks. But who I'm picking to win is Io Sky.
Yeah. First off, the disrespect to Zelina Vega.
Let it go.
No. I'm just gonna say Zelina Vega is great, and she should never be relegated to the side. Okay, she should be a main or nothing at all.
But she married. So how she gonna be my main if she married?
Well, I mean, how many WWE shorties do you have? Where Liv at?
Not that many.
You lying to me.
You said what?
Where Liv at? She your main?
Isn't she with like Bo Dallas or something?
They ain't never stopped you before. Sasha Banks married and you thirsty for her.
All right, so this side is side topic. Right. Side wife, Zelina Vega. Mm-hmm. Side girlfriend is Liv Morgan.
This is all this side stuff is terrible. By the way.
And my main is Sasha Banks.
So in other words, you're admitting that you are a hoe because you're cheating on Sasha with two
and now, and my sneaky link is either my sneaky links with an S is Io Sky and Asuka. There you go.
Why don't you just pick Asuka? She's single. You could have just made Asuka your main and just been good.
Oh, Asuka single?
I believe so. I know Io's married.
Asuka's married.
No, she's not.
Io is single.
Io is married. Io's definitely married because when she was gone, because when she was gone for a while, people were saying she wanted to be in Japan with her husband. She's married.
Let me look this up. So you got us going off topic.
No, she.
They don't say nothing about her husband. You don't say nothing like that.
She's married.
Who is she married to right now?
Girl, I mean, boy, I don't know, but she's married.
Okay, it's at 2015, I guess. They didn't want to put him out there. They didn't want me to fight him That's what it was.
Okay, whatever.
All right, so I didn't know Oscar was single, so let's back it up. Let's back it up one last time. One last time, everybody, be with me. All right, so side wife, Selena Vega. Side girl, friend is Liv Morgan. My sneaky link is Sasha Banks, and my main is Oscar. There you go. Okay. There you go. That's way better. There you go.
No, it's not. To any
just
women
to let
listening,
y'all know, Oscar knows. So I'm not doing this behind her back. She knows. Okay. She is fine with it. Gotcha. So I'm not a bad guy. Okay.
Anyway, to all the women listening, please know that you deserve way more than to be somebody's side. You deserve to be the main, the one and only.
What? Technically, I'm their side. Selena's married. Liv has a boyfriend, so I'm their
my brother in Christ. You just mentioned like five different women,
and I'm Sasha Banks' side because she married. So how is it wrong for them being my side if I'm their side too?
Okay, men, listen to me. This goes out to y'all too. You deserve to be a woman's or man's or whatever you're into's one and only. The main or nothing at all. You deserve better.
You just don't want me to be happy. You just don't want me to be happy.
I want you to be faithful.
I am faithful. I just told you Oscar knows. I told you she knows.
You think Oscar
she knows.
Alright, when Oscar spit that green mist in your face and knock you out like she did Emma and Mandy Rose, I don't want to hear none. I'm not saving you from Jack.
Hey, even if I needed your help, you wouldn't fight Oscar.
I sure would not. Not fair. Not fair.
Not fair.
I'm just gonna leave that.
Yeah, you're probably. I think you're taller than Oscar.
What does that have to do with anything?
And you're a gangster. You didn't fight me before, so you'll fight a grown man before you fight a woman. That's wild.
I ain't never seen you knock nobody out. Twice. I would rather see anybody else in the WWE ring, and I mean anybody else. In terms of like women's wrestlers.
You would not want to see Shayna Baszler. You would not want to see Ronda Rousey.
I'm not fighting them fair. And I'm gonna sue the hell out of Ronda if she even look at me crazy with her bad makeup. So don't even. I ain't even worried about that. I'd rather see them.
She gonna sneak you up from behind and choke you out. You ain't gonna be able to see her.
And guess what? She gonna get locked up too. Straight to jail.
We didn't get off topic. Everybody, I just want y'all to know I'm not with cheating, but Oscar does know what she knows what I'm doing, and she told me to do it, so I'm gonna do it. And that's it. In other words, we all happy for me. If Raven don't want to be, if she doesn't want to be happy for me, y'all be happy for me. That's
Embryo, look, we know this. You don't like women. We know. You don't.
I love women. You're right. I don't like women.
You don't love them. You don't like them.
No,
you don't respect them. You don't root for women.
No, don't change it. Don't change it. You said I don't like women.
And did you not hear everything else I said?
Because everything else is irrelevant.
Wow. So you're saying that me, a woman, a black woman at that, what I have to say is irrelevant?
Why you put extra words in my mouth? Like, why you putting extra words?
You just said that.
Stuff. I didn't just say that.
You did just say that. What I said was irrelevant.
What was my exact words?
You literally said
words. No, don't say no. What?
I'm literally saying. I'm saying it right now. If you would stop talking, you talking over me.
Go.
You just said all that other stuff was not relevant. In other words, what I had to say was irrelevant. In other words, shutting down and silencing black women. What's been happening for centuries.
That's when you go off the rails right there. That's when you go off the rails right there. You just took it. You just hopped in the car, drove over me, put it in reverse, ran, and then reversed over me too. We didn't get all the way off the topic. We're sorry, everybody. This is what she does on a daily basis. Hey, let's get back.
Yes, just blame the woman.
What's your pick? I forgot what we was even on, to be honest with you. Women's Money in the Bank. That's what we was on. Now, I would love to see Selena Vega win, a.k.a. my side wife, but I don't think she's going to win. But I want Io Sky to win. I mean, that's my pick, Io Sky. I would like to see Selena Vega win. I think she deserves it. Also, Io Sky deserves it too. My pick is Io Sky. Who is your pick, Mrs. Lady? Go ahead.
Wow, not you assuming my gender. I'm going.
Oh, my God. I can't win. She's on a roll right now. I can't do anything right
You walked right into that. I'm sorry. I had to. My pronouns are she, her, and purr.
This is just bad. When I gotta get us back on track on the podcast. This is bad.
Yeah, we're. Oh my gosh, I mean, besides your hatred of women, we're in agreement. I also want Zelina Vega to win, and I also picked Io Sky. So yay.
How? Okay, I'm happy we chose the same. I'm great. I'm happy about that. Mm-hmm. Stop lying and saying I hate women. What the crap? Somebody's gonna believe you one day.
I'm just reiterating and then repeating what you're saying.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're making up stuff. You're going off the rails.
No, I'm going pretty straight.
So you need to find your rails. You need to find them.
Wow, now you're telling me as a woman what I need to do with my
life
and my body.
For the men's Money in the Bank.
Wow.
Ray, who's your pick? Because I forgot who's in the match.
Oh, see, this is why I'm leading this and you're not. You're not prepared.
You didn't went off the rails. I'm trying to keep us on it. I'm literally holding on to your leg, and you just trying to jump off the train, and I'm holding you.
Do you not hear what you just said to me?
I'm holding your leg.
You're controlling my body. Are you saying that women do not have the right to control what they do with their bodies? Next, you're going to talk to me about my reproductive rights.
May we please go to the next question? I'm not telling you to do it. I asked the May. May we please go to the next question?
You're making it too easy. Okay, men's Money in the Bank. Woo! Hopefully none of these men hate women like Embryo do. So we have the Judgment Day's Damian Priest. We're going to London for Money in the Bank, so I'm calling this man Pete Dunne because that's his governor name. That's the name his mama gave him. Santos Escobar, LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ricochet, and Logan Paul. Low-key, since they added a man to the men's Money in the Bank match, I was kind of hoping they would add an extra woman, but it's all good. So, Embryo, who do you want to win this match? Who do you think wins this match? This is tough.
I would like to see Damian Priest win. I think that would be interesting, especially if Finn won.
Okay.
It'll be very interesting for the Judgment Day. So I would like to see. Well, I would love to see Damian, but I'm picking LA Knight, and I was gonna do but I can't do it like him.
What? You can do everything you set your mind to besides be nice to women. So go ahead and give it a try.
Yeah.
That was good.
I practice. I got you next time.
That was good. That was really good.
I hope it's LA Knight. Now, that is my pick. I'm interested to hear yours because you know how WWE is. You really want somebody and they don't do it. And I feel like a lot of people want LA Knight, which is like I'm included. So what's your pick? I'm interested.
I want Santos Escobar to win.
Okay. I like that.
I think that taking away my personal feelings about Santos away, because I could mess around and get real thirsty like my friend over here. But I think that we've seen a lot of potential from Santos, but it's like with him right now in the LWO, it doesn't feel like he's going to be much higher than like maybe a mid-carder. And so I think that for him to win Money in the Bank, I would think that would really help him kind of burst through the glass ceiling and kind of add some legitimacy towards him, because he was great in NXT. He was a hell of a cruiserweight champion. One of my favorite NXT competitors over the past few years. He comes to WWE with Legado del Fantasma. Not much really comes of that. Zelina Vega joins them, which makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't really seem like he's gotten a lot of pop on the main roster, despite putting on good matches until Rey Mysterio came, LWO comes, blah, blah, blah. And so I would love to see him kind of get this really big career-defining win and see what comes of it. But I'm in agreement with you. I mean, LA Knight's, he's got to win, right? That just makes the most sense.
I'm going to say this. He has to win, right? But then again, they was in LA and he wasn't on the card, and LA's in his name. So you never really know what's going to happen. That's true. That's true. But I'm just saying you would think, because he was hot. He was hot during WrestleMania. He didn't even make the card. But
whose fault that was?
Yeah, I know. Look, my boy Bobby didn't even make it. Hey, actually, I can't wait to see my boy Bobby come back. I heard he was at a house show, so hopefully he comes back soon. Go Lashley. Yeah, I really do like your picks. And to talk about Escobar, Is it? And tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like he should just go off on his own with Selena, and they can leave the other two with Ray. Because I feel like with him being with them, which I'm with you. I feel like he's gonna be a mid card, but he's not gonna like be United States champion, right? You think you see that coming? As long as
I could see that happening.
And I'm not talking about him turning heel either. Just him and Selena going off on their own. He can talk, but she can just be his mouthpiece.
I think they'd have to be heel for that to work. Just because Zelina as a face is cool, but heel Zelina on the mic is an assassin.
I want to see it, but at the same time, I don't want people to like think of it as a rip off her and Andrade. Yeah. Thank you.
I don't think it has to be that, as long as she's wrestling too, because she barely wrestled when she was with Andrade. So
she's been wrestling a lot more lately. I've been shocked.
Yeah, she's actually a good wrestler. It's just she was so good as a manager, so it kind of like negated her need to wrestle.
Well, what would you rather be, a manager or a wrestler?
How much am I getting paid to wrestle?
I don't know.
Okay, I think I'd probably just say manager, just because I feel like low-key, I don't think I am athletic enough to be good in the ring. I feel like I'd be real stiff like Ronda, and I just wouldn't want to embarrass myself like that. But as a manager,
you don't think you can jump on that rope? You don't think you can jump on top of that rope?
Hell no. And I'd be so scared when I got up there. Like, I'll be annoying and I like bother people and like hit them with chairs and crap, like on the side. But like, nah, just give me the mic and let me do my work. I don't want to actually wrestle nobody.
If you're hitting people with chairs as a manager, you know you have to do a match sometimes.
That's fine. And look, that makes sense, because then I could get squashed, as long as it's by somebody I like Bianca Belair. I'm like,
Rhea Ripley.
I'm like,
me and Dominic having a match. You and Rhea outside.
Man, look, mommy.
You know you about to get hurt. She gonna throw you through the table.
That's.
You think you can take that bump going through a table? I think you can.
I would now. This gonna sound crazy. I wouldn't mind taking a bump like that.
Exactly.
Because I've been
I can see you taking an L5. If it was wrong for you to take an L5 from Brock, I think you would take it. You gangster like that.
Yeah, I would take it. Yeah. And I'm gonna get a good, real good. Like, I'm gonna have health insurance though, unlike these other fools.
You know what? No, you gotta take an RKO.
Yeah,
because Randy doesn't discriminate.
Randy don't care. Randy would do it.
He don't care. One of my favorite ones is when he RKO'd
Stacey Keebler,
Nia Jax. Nia
Jax, she deserved it.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, she deserved
it. First, it was Dolph super kicked her, but when he RKO'd her, I was just like, oh my god. I think I saw like she talked about it. She liked it. I think it was something like that. Because think about it, a lot of women have never taken an RKO. Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people are fans of wrestling, and I'm pretty sure just like men and women love watching the RKO and be like, hey, it'd be dope to take it.
If Stephanie McMahon can take an RKO, I can take an RKO.
Everybody can take the RKO. Beth Phoenix.
Yeah.
Michael. Side note: whenever he retires, you think somebody else is going to start using it? I mean, technically, it was the diamond cutter, so you know.
But Randy.
You think anybody else is going to start? Yeah, I know. And honestly, RKO is way more famous than the diamond cutter, in my personal opinion. But,
everybody's opinion, yeah.
But you think anybody else is going to use that after him? Or you think he's going to hand it to somebody like Rick? Even though Miz doesn't win, Miz, like Ric Flair let Miz use, you know, the figure four, even though he doesn't win. And of course, you know, Charlotte, she does her own version. And then Shawn Michaels used to use it sometimes too, didn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, he was never really a submission guy, so.
But like, do you ever think Randy's gonna let somebody start using it?
I wouldn't exactly say let somebody do it, but I could see somebody like trying to do their own little twist on it and try to make something shake with it. I mean,
Stone Cold gave Kevin Owens the stunner, even though Cody Rhodes kind of uses the stunner too.
I just look at like no move is sacred. The only move I can, like off the top of my head, and of course I could be wrong, that I have not seen anybody else use since like the retirement of like Undertaker and the Tombstone. Since Taker, I haven't seen nobody else do it. But then again, you don't really see that many pile drivers anymore.
That's true. If anybody ever used it, I would have said The Fiend.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got the.
I mean, he never did, but if I feel like Tombstone should be like something with that area.
The only person I
unless
saw,
his son, unless Randy has a son, I think Randy has a son, and maybe if he grows up to wrestle, he could probably use it.
the only other person I remember using a Tombstone more than once and like was not having a match with Taker was like Kane.
Yep, you're right, Kane.
But like no other signature is sacred. Like the pedigree. I thought that would have just been Triple H's forever, but now Seth is doing it. I feel like Cody's used it before.
Cody's been using it. Cody's never won with it, if I'm correct, but
he's been using it.
Did he win?
I don't know. But yeah, so it's gonna come. Somebody's gonna use it. It's just gonna be a matter of, do they make it look as cool as Randy Orton? And I think the answer is no. Oh yeah, because remember Matt Riddle was doing it for a little minute when they went.
You're right. Thank you. You're right. Matt was using it, but he hasn't been using it since he came back.
Yeah, and he don't have to start back up again.
You say he will?
I say he don't have to start back up using it.
Oh yeah, he did some cool ones though.
And that's nothing against him. It's just nothing beats the original. I haven't seen anybody try an RKO that looked better than Randy Orton's.
The best RKO Matt did was when Montez Ford was on the top rope.
Ooh, that was smooth.
I say that's the best RKO he did. So I think he won the match with it too.
Yeah, I mean Montez make everything look good, and that's not like him being in the ring. Bianca, please don't think I'm trying to be on your man. He's just
beat up.
No.
Hey, that's her side. That's her side, Bianca.
It's absolutely not. If any boy, I have told you, like Angelo Dawkins is more of my type, my physical type. Don't get me wrong, though. Montez is fine, but
you shouldn't be saying that.
But I just said, like, he's not the type of guy I would actually go after. Angelo Dawkins is more of that. We've had a conversation about what my type is.
I know.
Mm-hmm. And like, no.
I was there.
Were you? Anyway, so we both. All right. So let's just say.
So you telling me you don't see black men? You don't see a black man having a conversation with you? You don't acknowledge a black man when he's talking to you?
I don't actually see you because we're on the phone, like not FaceTiming right now. So
continue. I'm done. Continue.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay. So let's say LA Knight actually does win this match. Hooray! Hoopla! Who does he challenge? Roman or Solo? What's that? Not Solo. Seth.
Oh my gosh, you Solo.
I'm sorry. My booking
know
brain.
Where your mind is at with Solo.
Solo fine too, but he has a beautiful black wife, so I'm gonna leave that where that is. Him and all the bloodline. We just gonna leave right there.
Who would he be? I mean, I'm about to say Seth. I don't see them letting him cash in on Roman, even though that would be a great way to get the title off of Roman. Roman has a great match, and in the middle of the match or at the end when he wins, he cashes in. That's a good way to take the belt off of them because they're kind of lost. But I'm gonna say Seth, but I'm not gonna say like right off the back. I think it's gonna be some time.
I would agree about Seth, and I think that Seth and Seth and LA would have the better feud.
I agree, because I mean, whenever Roman loses, he's gonna disappear.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be gone for a while.
I don't know how long, but
however long he wants, he's earned it.
He'll probably be like Brock, disappear for a year.
That's fine. That would definitely build up the anticipation for when he come back.
Yeah, that's true.
So I wouldn't
probably go do a movie with Dwayne.
I was on the plane with Dwayne. You can call me Whitley. I go to Hill, man. You know what song that's from?
Speaking of that, Dwayne, hey, I'm a big fan, bro. Don't come back.
Please don't come back, my brother.
I do not want to see that match with you and Roman.
I didn't want to see it when they were hyping it up for this year.
I like to see the promos.
I don't.
I love to see the promos.
I'm good.
I pay money to see the promos.
Dwayne, just go ahead and take your Hall of Fame induction and go on about your merry way. Kick it in Hollywood or whatever you're doing. Go to Miami. I don't really care. Do something that's
follow Batista's steps. If you follow Batista's steps, man, Batista.
Because Batista is the best WWE superstar turned actor.
I know. I've been saying that for the long. I mean, he's not the most successful. That goes to The Rock, hands down. In terms of range, but best actor, he's definitely the best actor. Now, if you want to say best in-ring performer, that's a good check. I don't know who was better in the ring to you, Batista, The Rock, or John Cena.
That's hard because
that's hard, right? That's hard.
I think they're all kind of in the same playing field. I'll say this.
I would say
I like more of John Cena's matches between the three.
I would say Batista, and I could be a little biased because I grew up watching SmackDown, and just his feuds with The Undertaker alone had some great matches. John Cena and The Rock had better WWE careers than Batista, even though Batista had a great career, but John Cena and The Rock are considered like the best of all time.
Which I don't think they are, but I mean, I get it.
I mean, they're up there. Batista's never been up there.
So, we're getting off on many tangents, but who cares? This is going on YouTube. This ain't going to be on the main show. Y'all got time. I think that when I look at this argument of like the GOAT, I feel like we talked about this last podcast, or at least the last predictions, but like I don't look at just like entertainment value, promos, like who's the most popular. If you can't do nothing in the ring, that lessens your stock to me. And so that's why I don't look at like Stone Cold as the greatest, or a Hulk Hogan, or Rock or John Cena. I don't see them as the GOAT in my opinion because they fall short when it comes to in-ring performances. Does that mean that they're terrible? No. But I think that they are bad enough to where it's like I feel like there's other wrestlers who are more well-rounded than you are, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that makes complete sense. I mean, it's rare. I'm speaking of John Cena and The Rock. Whereas, well, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but like even Roman's in this now. I'm not saying he's the best of all time, but Roman's high up there. Great on the mic.
Now,
and might have good matches, but they're not the best wrestlers. Like I didn't say this. I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but I know I said it to you. The Shield. Roman has been the biggest one to come out, but Seth is the most talented.
Easily the best of the three.
He has the mic work. He has the ring work. But it's just something about, even though he do great promos, he just don't bring everybody in like Roman does. Now, granted, you could say because WWE pushed Roman so hard.
I mean, not only that, but
Seth is more raw.
Roman of the last 3 years, yes, but I would argue.
Even now, like. Think about this, and I'm sorry to cut you off with that, but think about this, and I'm not going to say you're wrong. It's just Roman the past 3 years, you can say yes, but Seth has been on the top two the last 3 years, and he didn't have a championship.
I'm talking about in terms of promos. I'm talking about in terms of promos.
Promos, yeah, he's beat Seth this year, but just even in work, like Seth is still one of the most popular people, and like he didn't build himself alongside Roman like these 3 years with this new persona of being the visionary and all that. Like I don't think you did, and I definitely wasn't on the podcast at the time. I know I listened to it, but I thought Seth was going to be the one to take the belt off of him at Royal Rumble. So it just speaks so much about Seth. Like even under this reign of Roman, he still finds a way to like make himself different.
So let me run this by you, my brother in Christ.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's say Roman and Seth retired right now. Who would you say was better overall between the two?
So this has two answers. One, my answer: Seth was the better of all. For the both of them, Seth. I will easily say Seth, but I feel like over time people are going to say Roman because they're going to remember the tribal chief and how he ended. Which he would have ended on a high note. So
no, I'm asking your opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I say my opinion would be Seth. That would be my opinion. But I feel like a lot of people in the world would say Roman. But real WWE fans.
I think people would say Roman if they're looking at recency bias. But if you compare the two, like throughout their entire careers, I'm not saying it's Seth by a landslide, but I don't think it's that close.
I mean, Seth has won every championship. Roman hasn't won every championship. Roman was never NXT champion, right?
No, but I mean, not only that, but I just
think Seth was the first one.
Yeah, but I'm saying not only that, but I just think, like I said, from top to bottom careers, there has not been a time when Seth was not the guy. And this isn't to say, and Seth was like naturally the guy, as opposed to Roman, where it's like shoved down your throat. Damn it, you are going to love me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that just goes to being naturally gifted the way that Seth Rollins is. Like, it's rare you get wrestlers like that. Like, I'm not saying he's Shawn Michaels, but it's kind of comparable to Shawn Michaels. I don't have to be in the title picture for you to know that I'm the man. Kurt Angle is another one.
I'm going to put it like, Kurt Angle, you're right about that. Seth is having a career Dolph probably wish he could have had. Dolph probably could have had.
I feel that. I think if he was better on the mic,
he's good now, but at the beginning, he wasn't that great. But then, but in ring talent, he always had it. And you have people like that, like Chad Gable, Cesaro, people like that. They're probably not the best. Well, I don't know. Chad Gable can talk, but you know what I'm saying, like promo wise, But like sometimes some of the most talented wrestlers just can't talk. Bobby Lashley for a long time could not talk. Nope. He still can't talk really. He does better now, but that's why he worked with MVP so well. He didn't have to talk. If he just could shut up and beat everybody up in the ring, it worked that way. But it also goes with WWE. Hey, try to figure something out. If this person has great in-ring talent, hey, well, I guess a lot of people will have a manager then, and everybody can have a manager. But Seth, Kurt, I know what you're saying with Kurt, Shawn Michaels. Yep.
And I don't think I've ever asked you this. And after this, I promise we finna get to the tiebreaker. We're gonna get y'all out of here. We appreciate you listening. Who do you think is like the male GOAT? Because I am a firm believer in Shawn Michaels. I'll argue that point down. Who do you think is the GOAT?
GOAT.
I know it's a tough question.
I never thought about it. Male GOAT. If I had to just really pick one for $1 million, I just threw the $1 million in to help myself.
I was gonna say, shoot, I'll take $1 million. I said my GOAT in 3 seconds. Where my money at?
Shawn Michaels is a great pick, honestly.
Because like this is kind of like I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go. Which you never just heard me talk about him much. I will go The Undertaker.
That's a very respectable pick.
For how long he stayed on top, how dedicated he was, even though at the end when he wasn't really having great matches, he was dedicated to the ring. I would say if I had to just choose, even though Undertaker, a lot of my favorite matches doesn't have the Undertaker in it. It's like one of my favorite matches of all time is CM Punk versus Brock, SummerSlam. I would have to say the Undertaker. That's just how long he did it.
It's the longevity. I respect that. Because, I mean, it's like with any other sports argument. If you ask 10 people who they think the greatest of all time in any sport is, you're never going to get a case where all 10 say the same answer. It's just never going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, Undertaker's a very respectable answer. Like, I promise I'm not going to knock you for that. Honestly, I'd accept just about. I'm not gonna. Not anybody. Like if you would have said Hulk Hogan, I would have just hung up on you because that's stupid.
You would come on podcast.
Yeah, I'm like, well, thank you guys so much for listening. But yeah.
It would have been fun. I would have been like Hulk Hogan when you hung out. Would have been like theme song.
Now
you were like, hello.
I don't like Hulk Hogan. Everybody and their mama know I don't like Hulk Hogan. Why? Because he's a racist, and also he's not good. But Real American is a banger of a theme. It is such a good song. I don't know who made it. I don't know who produced it, but whoever was in that recording studio on that day went crazy. So if I would have heard it, I would have started singing it. I changed the words a little bit, but that's a banger. That's the only thing I like about Hulk Hogan and making fun of him. That's it.
Yep, it's gonna be The Undertaker.
Respectable. Alright, now, like I said, because I'm a woman who keeps her promises, tiebreaker. And the tiebreaker, I told Embryo this before we actually started recording. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard. Who will be the first wrestler in both Money in the Bank matches to attempt to climb the ladder first?
Wow.
It's hard. I couldn't think of nothing else.
May you run down all the participants again for me, please?
Sure. Well, we can start off with women. We got Io Sky, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Zelina Vega, Trish Stratus. 6 options.
I'm choosing Trish.
All right. What's your reasoning behind Trish?
I just feel like it was between her and Bailey. I feel like whenever the match starts, Trish might jump out the ring and let them fight. Or, I just feel like she's going to try to do her best not to get hurt. She's going to try to hurry up, put a ladder in there, try to climb up whenever she gets a chance. That's just what I'm thinking. I feel like a lot of them will be busy fighting each other. I was going to say Bailey, and I was going to say Io was going to pull her down, but I feel like there's more towards the end. Maybe Io or Bailey could win, and they both stop each other. That's a chance. There's a reason why they could probably lose. Trish, I just feel like she's going to run for a while, and she's going to wait for her opening to start climbing.
It's crazy how in sync we are, because I also had Trish, but I had her for a different reason. I had it just because everybody makes light and makes note of, this is your first ladder match, Trish. You haven't done this before. You've never done this before. Blah, blah, blah. Well, one way for her to kind of get used to climb up that ladder is just go ahead, pull it out, be the first one to climb it. So
this is Becky's first one, right, too?
No, this isn't her first one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I remember very well. What was that, 2018 when 2018 or 2019 with Alexa Bliss won? Oh, I was mad as hell. Oh, I was so mad.
Oh yeah, Alexa won because she cashed in on Nia Jax.
Mad as hell because I wanted Becky to win, but then it worked out. SummerSlam came, and guess what? The man was born. So sometimes that's one of the cases of.
I think Alexa's pregnant. I think.
Yeah, she's pregnant now. But that Becky losing Money in the Bank was one of the cases of like, okay, Vince is kind of right because he pisses people off in the moment, but it all worked out. All right, so same question for the men, and that is going to include Damian Priest, Pete Dunne, Santos Escobar, LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ricochet, Logan Paul.
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
It's tough regardless.
I was about to say Pete. It could easily be Ricochet. Somebody could set up the ladder and Ricochet could just jump on it and start climbing. Logan Paul can do the same thing. I'm gonna say Pete Dunne because that's where he's from. I mean, I guess get the crowd into it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna cheer him, and he moves kind of fast. Like that's his way of wrestling. He moves fast. He's gonna try to hurry up and climb up, but of course they're gonna pull him down. I'm choosing Pete, but geez, it could easily be Ricochet or I don't know who that could be. It could be Damian Priest easily, but I'm choosing Pete Dunne. That's my answer.
That's fair. I'm going Ricochet. You kind of hit on it a little bit, but I mean, everybody knows he's a high flyer. He's the flashy. He's the boom shakalaka, all that jazz. And I could see this being one of those things where it becomes a spot fest where he climbs up and then Logan Paul climbs up and they do some crazy stuff in the air. I could see that being the case.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't like Logan, but Logan,
I had no opinion about Logan Paul coming into like him starting to wrestle. I barely knew who he was, but yeah, that's a bad man in the ring. It's a bad dude.
I forgot why people don't like him. He started on Vine. Guess he probably said dumb stuff or did dumb stuff. I don't know. I never kept up with him. I knew his name. Never kept up with him because I also kept up with his brother too. Which doesn't box professionally, but he boxes. So a lot of people don't like him. But I'm like, hey, in ring wrestling, he's pretty good. But outside of what he's done outside the ring, which I don't know, in the ring, between those ropes, it's pretty good.
He's pretty what good. WWE keeps trying to make us feel about Ronda Rousey.
No, he is what everybody keeps thinking Bad Bunny is.
No, don't do that. Bad Bunny's good.
Bad Bunny's good, but people. Okay, question. That Bad Bunny Damian Priest match was good in my opinion. It wasn't
the best on the card if that's what you're asking.
No, but I'm just saying, if you replaced Bad Bunny with Logan Paul in that match, you think it would have been better?
No.
Oh, really?
I don't think it would have been better because having like the Carlitos and the other callbacks, LWO, etc.
Well, you wouldn't have had none of that would have happened.
Yeah, exactly, so, and that's what helped make it be the better match. So no.
Well, I'm not saying Bad Bunny's bad, but just as like they try to call him, they try to call him like stars. Like Bad Bunny is a big star. Logan Paul's supposed to be some type of star. I just feel like out of them two, even though Bad Bunny's good, Logan Paul is better than Bad Bunny.
I agree in terms of in-ring ability, but Bad Bunny is still good. I'm not gonna diss him.
I agree. I'm not dissing him. He's still good. That's not a diss. That's not a diss. I'm just saying somebody was better. That's not a diss. We do that all the time with wrestlers that do this as a profession. Like, this is what they do. We do this all the time.
I don't know. You just said that's what Logan Paul's what.
That's just like me saying Jeff is better than Matt. It's not saying Matt is a bad wrestler. I just like Jeff more.
Yeah, which I get.
See what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. I'm just saying you did say Logan Paul is what everybody think Bad Bunny is. I said Ronda Rousey because
you're right. You're right.
I said Ronda because she is categorically bad, but she's supposed to be this star who honestly don't nobody else care about no more. The world has moved on from Ronda Rousey. Why can't WWE do the same thing?
Well, I disagree with you saying Logan Paul is what they think Ronda is. I think it's more of Shayna Baszler is what they think Ronda is.
I disagree with that because Shayna Baszler not even on TV.
Because they never did her right. That's why.
I don't disagree with that, but it's like now I would say I think Shayna Baszler is better, but the reason why I made the comp between Ronda and Logan is Ronda is this huge star who comes over to WWE without much experience and gets these pushes in these big matches, and yet she's terrible. Logan Paul, same situation, but he puts on bangers. That's why I compared those two.
Okay, I see your point.
Yeah. In other words, Ronda still sucks. But that is our show. Thank you guys so much for listening to Embryo. It is always a pleasure and a half to get the chance to speak with you. You will always be my favorite PP until another PP comes along. Anything you need to say before we get out of here? I'm meant to
be replaced. I understand. I'm meant to be replaced.
I mean, that's the goal, though.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for everybody for listening. I love women. Don't listen to what she says. I absolutely love women. We're gonna get ready for another win for me because I won when she chose Cody Rhodes.
That's not how you won. Oh, you talking about in this match? Well, technically no, because even if Cody wins, but if Roman and Solo win, I win.
We'll see.
Technically, no. We would tie, and then
if I lose, it's gonna be entertaining. Even if I lose, because this is gonna be a good card.
The only definitive way that you or I would win is if Damian Priest won, or if what's it called, Santos Escobar won.
Okay.
Or a tiebreaker, which is Pete Dunne or Ricochet. Who knows? It's a lot going on. A lot of great show. Very excited for this Saturday. Again, Embryo, thank you guys so much for listening. Embryo, thank you so much for being here.
Are you watching it live?
Yes, I will be.
I might not. I might be busy, but it's fine.
Yeah. Look at you having a life. I got to work later that day, so luckily because it is overseas, it'll be earlier in the day, so I'm trying to work. Yeah, so it's so good.
Oh, I'm gonna be at work. Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna be working too. Oh my gosh, look at us trying to make some money.
We got no choice to WWE hires us.
You got that right.
I think AEW at this point. Impact. New Japan. Somebody.
Naomi, I'm sorry. Trinity Fatu is over there now, so hopefully they paying their people at Impact. That's where we gonna see Jimmy. He ain't gonna totally disappear. He gonna be there with his woman.
Ring of Honor, somebody just signed us. We got you. We can get you a good storyline.
Please do. But thank you guys so much. And the main episode of this podcast will be dropping tomorrow afternoon/evening. Be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you all next time.